Now let us discuss about the types of physical quantities. So basically we have two types of physical quantity. One is fundamental quantity and other one is derived quantity. One is fundamental quantity and other one is derived quantity. Now, what is fundamental quantity? A physical quantity which does not depends on other physical quantity for its measurement are called fundamental quantities. वैसी सारी physical quantity जो किसी अदर physical quantities के ऊपर डिपेंडेंट ना हो उनके मेजरमेंट के लिए that are called fundamental quantities. That are called fundamental quantities. For example, length. To measure length of any rod, any stick, or any thing, we do not require any other physical quantity. Suppose we need to measure the length of this stick. ठीक है, तो क्या इस लेंथ को मेजर करने के लिए हमको टाइम की ज़रूरत है? तो नहीं, हमको टाइम की ज़रूरत बिल्कुल नहीं है. सो ऑल दीज टाइप ऑफ क्वांटिटीज़ जहां हमको मेजरमेंट करने के लिए किसी भी तरह का अदर फिजिकल क्वांटिटीज़ का रिक्वायरमेंट ना हो, डेट आर कॉल्ड फंडामेंटल क्वांटिटीज़. वहीं बात करते हैं डिराइव्ड क्वांटिटीज़. सो वैसे फिजिकल क्वांटिटीज़ जो कि एक्सप्रेस्ड होते हैं, है ना, द फिजिकल क्वांटिटीज़ विच आर एक्सप्रेस्ड in terms of more than one fundamental quantities. In terms of more than one fundamental quantities, वैसे फिजिकल क्वांटिटी जिनको हम लोग एक से ज़्यादा फिजिकल क्वांटिटीज़ के टर्म्स में एक्सप्रेस करें, मतलब फंडामेंटल क्वांटिटीज़ के टर्म्स में एक्सप्रेस करें, डेट आर कॉल्ड डिराइव्ड क्वांटिटी. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, let us suppose force is equals to what? Mass into acceleration. Means this force is dependent on mass of object and acceleration produced in object. So these type of quantities are called derived quantities because this is derived of other physical quantities, or we can say that other fundamental quantities. For example, speed, because speed is what? Speed is nothing but distance by time. So speed is dependent on two things, distance and time. Hence we can say that speed is a derived quantity. Now let us talk how many types of these quantities are there. How many exactly quantities are there? So there are 7 fundamental quantities with 2 supplementary physical quantities, है ना. 7 fundamental quantities जिसके बारे में आपने प्रीवियस क्लासेस में भी पढ़ा होगा, डेट इज लेंथ, मास, टाइम, टेम्परेचर, इलेक्ट्रिक करंट, luminous intensity and amount of substance. Further, there are 2 supplementary quantities like plane angle and solid angle, जिसके बारे में हम आगे के लेक्चर्स में देखेंगे. Now, what about derived quantities? So there are infinite number of derived quantities. We may use these fundamental quantities to derive many further other physical quantities which we will called as derived quantities. So that's all for the day.